All right, here we go. It has been at 10 on this Wednesday, June the 4th. Loving this morning. It is summer-like out there, and I had that feeling like it was almost like it felt like almost like kind of like vacation weather yesterday when we went out to dinner. Just that nice warmth, a bit of humidity. Summer, my favorite season. So great to be here with you this morning. I'm meteorologist Ben Peine in the Extol Media Studios. There you can see my last name, Peine. If you want to follow us there, that is my Facebook page, Meteorologist Ben Peine. You can also head over to Extol Weather on Facebook, Extol Media, like and subscribe. And I think that is the best way to get the nice big screen view of our Ben at 10 program there on Extol Media on YouTube. You can also head to extolmag.com/weather where we have the live stream up as well. So thanks for popping in with us this morning. We will take a look outside as we have lots of sunshine across the area as we look at the corner here of Vinson's and Market Street in New Albany, Indiana. A little bit of a hazy sunrise this morning due to still a little bit of that leftover wildfire smoke from Canada, but I think a lot of that haze will start to move out as a front moves in. That'll kind of clean out the air with some chances of showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. So we're going to spend some time here this morning to plan out all of those rain chances here for you this morning. So thanks for joining us again here on this beautiful Wednesday, the June 4th, as we get started here on Ben at 10. Let's look at some of the first ones popping in this morning. We got Bill Gleason actually beating Beverly Haggis to the punch this morning. Beverly, thanks for watching there from Borden, Indiana. Thanks for popping in the comments. If you have any weather questions, weather suggestions, if you want to see a map we don't normally show, let us know. If there's a map that you want to see on a more regular basis on extolmag.com/weather, we can do that as well. We're here for you, your weather source here in southern Indiana. Bringing up some of the current temperatures across the area already at 80 degrees in Louisville. We've got 77 right around Sellersburg, 76 in New Albany and up towards Greenville. So already making our way into the upper 70s and lower 80s on this summer-like start. As we back up the interactive radar view, there you can see the scattered showers and thunderstorms. They're lining up basically from the Great Lakes, from Chicago, Michigan, down, cutting right through central Illinois into Missouri. And so that's where we have the current showers and thunderstorms off to our northwest. Most that is going to stay to the northwest of us through tonight. And then tomorrow, Indiana looks like a higher chance than Kentucky for some showers and thunderstorms as that front gets hung up over central Indiana. So that's Thursday, a better chance of some showers and thunderstorms, more likely in the afternoon. I think we'll get some breaks in the morning. Not a rain out, not a washout for tomorrow. Just got to watch the radar a little bit. And again, you get your free interactive radar right there at extolmag.com/weather. Then Friday, a higher chance, our highest chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening time, as that front's going to be over the Ohio River, right over the Ohio River for Friday. So tomorrow, the front is over central Indiana, Friday over the Ohio River, and then Saturday it sinks a little farther south, but it's close enough still for some periods of rain for Saturday. I think we get a break Sunday before more unsettled weather is likely Monday. So we're heading back into a more active weather pattern here for us over the next several days. Typically we'll do Wednesdays with Weddington, Brad Weddington, custom home builder in southern Indiana. But today he's a little bit busy, but I did wear his gear today. Weddington Custom Homes right there. We've got Connie Lichtenberg planning on enjoying outside today here in Louisville. Yeah, me too. Yesterday I spent a few hours power washing. Perfect day to power wash my mom's back deck and her front porch. Today I'm going to get on the roof, blow things off, try to power wash some of the gutters, while my son Brady does the mulching around my mom's house. And then my daughter Hannah, my wife Sarah, they're heading up to Bloomington right now for orientation at IU. So they should have some really nice weather up there today, but they'll be dodging some of those showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow. And again, we'll look at the weather model data and time it all out, look at the placement and the timing of the rain over the next several days with the high resolution weather model data, and then we'll look at the longer range weather model, the GFS weather model that'll take us into early next week. So We're going to spend some time on all of that here in just a second. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day to Clara Matthews. Thanks for tuning in here this morning. Let me get out of the full screen version of our interactive radar. Again, that is at extolmagazine.com, extolmag.com, I should say, /weather. And while you're there, you can see that you've got your 3-day forecast right there. My 7-day forecast that I posted here, you can just click on that, pop it up full screen if you'd like to see that bigger view. And then the weather story I post every morning as well. And it just goes into more of the details on what's happening weather-wise across our area. So this weather story says storm chances return soon for southern Indiana and also beyond into Kentucky as well. A lot of resources right there for you at extolmag.com/weather. I want to say thank you and also just give you some more information about some of our advertisers and our sponsors here on Ben at 10. This is the Sellersburg Spotlight with ivytech.edu. Just head right over there. You can learn more about the 42 programs offered, whether you're prospective students, programs for high schoolers across the area. You can transfer credits, and my daughter's going to take a lot of those credits from Ivy Tech to IU. They've got programs with high schools, with other higher education places. So June 9th is the 8-week summer classes begin. So you can see the important dates coming up. And then you've got the other sessions that will go into fall as well. So whatever your plan is, whatever part of life you are in, they can help you out and get you to that next level there at Ivy Tech. Lions Roofing, they've got a job opening, roofing repair technician. If you want to learn more about that, go to 812-294-3595. That is Lions Roofing, family-owned business right here out of Memphis, Indiana. But they cover southern Indiana and parts of Kentucky as well. You can go to lionsroofingco.com for more information about that job opening. That is a roofing repair technician. And Libs Paving Co., celebrating 50 years as a top asphalt paving contractor in the region. You can go to their career page, scroll down, and there you can find the application for look at all of these job openings. So that is a good point. In the upper right-hand corner, they call it careers. So that is a way to start a new career right there and put all that money into the bank at NWSB. You can go to any southern Indiana location. Go to newwashbank.com. People you know wherever you go. Banking the way you want. You can learn a whole lot more right there at their website. And also, I just want to remind you as well that you can join up with us whenever you like. If you'd like to broadcast out whatever your business might be, your organization, you want to get that just a bigger, broader view of what's happening in your world, you can contact me, Ben at extolmag.com, Jason at extolmag.com. Become an advertising partner. We've got marketing programs for you as well. We've been averaging 2 million views per month over the last 90 days. And thank you so much for being right here and giving us those views. So thank you very much. Again, that's Ben at extolmag.com. And we have another beautiful view there of that sunshine that we have across the area right now. We're going to get right into that forecast here for you in just 1 second. We've got a few more comments popping in. We've got Steve Givens. The bourbon brewed cicadas have really emerged in our part of Brandenburg, Kentucky. Yeah, I've heard them in Lanesville. It's kind of spotty in southern Indiana. What county has them, what doesn't? There are none in my backyard in the Borden Valley. And then there's a bunch in Metro Louisville, and they are popping out and loud out there in much of Kentucky. I love that. The bourbon brewed. I haven't heard that one. And we have Karen Razor. Good morning. Hiked in the Red River Gorge yesterday. The cicadas sounded like fire trucks chasing screaming kids. They are wild. I remember that from 2021 when we had them in our backyard. They were super loud. And Perry Porter, good morning. Beautiful morning, hot later on. Yeah, we hit 90 for the first time this year in Louisville yesterday, a few days later than the normal when we typically hit 90 by May 31st. And we have Mary Ash. Happy the rain will not be a threat tomorrow. Grateful for your sponsors. Appreciate your expertise. Now, there is a chance of rain in southern Indiana, drier in Kentucky. We're going to see that set up here in just a second, Mary. So thanks for coming in with that there. And I want to give a shout out before we get to that forecast. Louisville baseball, super regional bound right here in Louisville, Jim Patterson Stadium this Friday, trying to dodge some showers and thunderstorms for that big ball game versus Miami. That's 3 p.m. Friday. Then they play 11 a.m. Saturday. Still a rain chance there. And then a shout out to Murray State in Western Kentucky. They've got local Dom Decker, infielder. They play Duke out in North Carolina Saturday. So good luck to them. That is Joe and Stephanie Decker's son, Dominic Decker, infielder there. So the first time Murray State's ever made it to the Super Regional. So congrats to them. That is a look at the Murray State Racers. I'd love to try to get out there to that Louisville baseball game. Quick check of the Bird Nerd Report. So I got a new one out there this morning. It was the yellow-breasted chat. Never heard of it. I hope it's a real thing. They say it's mostly in Costa Rica. I don't know if the Merlin app is 100% correct, but they do breed this time of the year in parts of the United States, but fairly rare is from what I learned. We had the American crow. They've been loud. They must be a nest around our area because the crows have been crowing very loud. The blue-gray gnatcatcher, the northern cardinal, the ruby-throated hummingbird. I saw him zipping around. I need to change out the sugar water for them. The Carolina wren set up shop and has one baby in our garage in a helmet. So hopefully that bird will be fledging soon out of the nest. We had the mockingbird out there, the red-eyed vireo, the Carolina chickadee as well. So they're still migrating across the area. And check out this sunrise this morning from Robert Fisher in Jefferson County, Indiana. You can see that haze on the horizon there. Robert Fisher tweeting me, posting on X, whatever you want to call it, and just showing us that nice sunrise there over the fields of Jefferson County in Indiana. And this is a look at that wildfire smoke haze that is still present over the area, but should be lessening throughout the day. And we have a UV index of 9 today. So we have a lot of sunshine out there. It was an 8 yesterday, easy to burn there. So definitely grab that sunscreen and seek the shade if you're going to be outside for a while out there today. We've got Judy Hoyer. Good morning, Ben. No cicadas in Bradford so far. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get them over much of southern Indiana. They're spotty. There are parts of Harrison County that do have them. We've got Vicki Berger here from Washington County. Ladies softball teams won regionals last night. Salem and Dub Dub. So that'll be a good matchup. I know Dub Dub took out Borden. Two solid teams there. So it's Kenzo on the team, Kennedy. Good luck to her and the family there. Speaking of which, here's a look at that play ball forecast. 88 degrees, that high temperature today. It should be in the 80s through most of your evening. Very similar to the weather we had yesterday and dry as well. It doesn't look like we'll start to see a rain chance until tomorrow morning over parts of southern Indiana. I think a higher chance in the afternoon. And Kentucky ends up drier tomorrow than Indiana. And again, we'll map this all out with the weather models here in just a moment. And typically, if you're watching or maybe watching the replay and you want to look at the weather model data, it's around 10:20 when we start to really dig into the weather nerd portion of the show. But I want to give you the recap of the forecast off the top and then at the end of the show as well. That's kind of how we've set it up so far. But as we've seen before, if you want to drop in a comment, say you're coming in at 10:30 and you just want to see the 7-day forecast, don't mind taking that detour and showing you what's up. So feel free to pop in a comment there and we'll help you out with that. Forecast today, 88 degrees, very warm / hot, partly sunny, maybe a little bit more humidity in the air today thanks to that south wind at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. That south breeze starting to pull up the moisture levels, increasing the dew points over the next couple of days that measure water content in the air. And then with that front off to our north, that moisture just continues to pool out ahead of that front. So you'll probably notice the humidity on the rise over the next couple of days. Allergy report, low to moderate levels today, tomorrow, and Friday with tree and grass and mold spores across the area. And the forecast tonight, low 70 degrees, partly cloudy, a bit humid, summer-like night, south wind at around 5 miles per hour. That's kind of our normal midsummer temperature. And then the forecast tomorrow, we've got 8 o'clock, 72. Could see a couple showers around, 80 degrees at noon and 85 for that afternoon high. Not as warm tomorrow thanks to some extra clouds around and that chance for some spotty showers and thunderstorms. I don't think it's going to be a washout there. I've got a 40% chance of rain right now. Average high is 83, so we're a little bit above that. Sun up at 6:20 tomorrow and setting at 9:03. Here's that 7-day forecast. Again, 85 tomorrow. Going to bump that to an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms Friday. A few of those could be on the strong side, especially in the afternoon. As that front is right on top of us on Friday, we get some energy coming in, some mid-level energy that should spark a pretty good round of showers and thunderstorms Friday afternoon, Friday evening. The front is still not clear of the area Saturday, so still scattered showers and some thunderstorms across the area. And then Sunday looking mainly dry. So if you have some things to do outside this weekend, it looks like the pick day is going to be Sunday rather than Saturday. We do have Racing Louisville playing their match Friday at 7:30. Hopefully we can get some of that rain out of there in time for that. And then Lou City plays Saturday at 8 p.m., hopefully drier by that time as well. And Jeffersonville has Rolling on the River Beer Fest Saturday, so some rain chances with that as well. And then we're not done yet. Some unsettled weather could continue Monday as another disturbance rolls our direction with a northwest flow. Looking at a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. For now, trying to keep Tuesday, Wednesday dry as temperatures go a little bit below normal, around 80 degrees next Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're kind of back into this unsettled weather pattern. I think we could see around generally 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, maybe some pockets up to 3 as we head into next week, this weekend, I should say. And again, today, Wednesdays with Weddington. He's a little busy today. We're going to jump on next week with Brad, but you can see his logo up there in the top left. That is what is on my shirt. He built my house. And if you have any questions around the home, anything, any projects, any issues around the home, drop a comment and we'll get with him next week with some of those questions with Wednesdays with Weddington. Speaking of the cicadas out there, there is a look at some of those cicadas, and there is the region, the bourbon brood, as Steve said earlier today, in full force right now. They are very, very loud across the area. So cheers. We've got Big Happy this morning. Big Happy's back. And we've got that sunshine all across the area. All right, let's get into that weather model data. So we're going to remove that, add this. So before we get started with all of that fun stuff, I'll pop on that outside camera there, showing you our sunshine that we have across the area. We match that up with the radar and satellites, the current radar and satellite. So this is the real deal, what's happening out there. This isn't the weather model data. We have sunshine across our area. That front is slow moving. It's basically a stationary front. You can see that rain from Chicago over to St. Louis. Now that front is going to stall out basically right about here tomorrow, so just off to the north. So it does look like southern Indiana is going to be close enough for some showers and thunderstorms. Kentucky is going to be farther away Thursday, so a little bit drier, it looks like, in Kentucky than Indiana for tomorrow. Now, that's not the case Friday. Friday, that front gets hung up over the Ohio River, and then that's going to give us all a pretty good chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. The front's still not clear, as I mentioned, of the area Saturday, so we'll still keep some good rain chances in there for Saturday. Let's go ahead and bring up the HRRR weather model, the HRRR, High Resolution Rapid Refresh weather model. And so let's bring up the future radar. And it is going to show us the approach of that system. So there is a look at, basically right now, you can see that this is modeled data, so it's not 100% real, but it's picking up very well on where the rain is out in Chicago, out towards St. Louis. As we look ahead here, we're going to see this staying off to our northwest today. So this is at 3 p.m. This afternoon. Let me clear that little drawing off there. And, oops. There we go. All right, so as we tilt this a little bit, there is the rain to our north today. So this is through 5 p.m. Staying off to the northwest. As we jump ahead to 11 p.m., notice the storms get a little closer, kind of closing in near Indianapolis, moving towards the Indiana and Illinois state line, but our area should remain dry for tonight. We're going to jump ahead through the overnight hours. Perhaps while we're sleeping, we might sneak in a shower or storm up towards Bedford, Jasper, Indiana. This is at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and kick this into the 48-hour version of the high-resolution rapid refresh weather model. And we're going to take this into sunrise tomorrow morning. Sunrise is now around 6:20, but I've got this stopped at around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So notice here, it does, now we're going to compare and contrast a little bit. This model does have a good chance of some showers and thunderstorms over our area along and north of the Ohio River tomorrow morning out the door. But Kentucky pretty dry. So that's at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then as we head into the later morning hours, that begins to kind of fizzle. Perhaps we get a break around midday, and then this is at 3 p.m. tomorrow. This is 4 o'clock. It's just showing some scattered stuff. But later in the day, Thursday, notice things are lining up more to the north along that stationary front. So I'm not expecting a washout tomorrow. I think we're going to get some decent breaks. That's why we have a high of 85 degrees. Again, not a rain out for our Thursday, but still some decent chances of rain. Now, let's go to the NAM 3 kilometer. It is also a high resolution weather model. I'm going to bring this back to 11 p.m. tonight. It had showers and thunderstorms off to our northwest. This is 11 p.m. tonight. And notice it also brings a chance for rain near Bedford, Indiana, and out towards Jasper and Indianapolis. I'm going to pop this ahead to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Remember, the HER weather model just now was really wet over southern Indiana. This hangs up the rain to the northwest of us tomorrow morning along that stationary front. So this would be the better solution. If you don't want that rain tomorrow morning, it keeps it mainly off to the north. So this is at 10 a.m. My wife and daughter, Sarah and Hannah, will be in Bloomington tomorrow morning, so hopefully they have some of that rain gear for orientation tomorrow. They'll have good weather today. So this is 10 a.m. tomorrow. So as we go into the afternoon hours, I'm going to stop it here at 2 o'clock. And again, the trend is for southern Indiana to see more showers and thunderstorms than Kentucky. Notice Kentucky is pretty dry tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to take this into the later afternoon hours. I'm going to stop this here at 5 p.m. Same kind of trend here with areas along and north of the Ohio River, a better chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow. And it's one of those deals for tomorrow. If you do have some plans out there that you just want to be watching that radar, whether you have an app or you can go to extolmag.com/weather, interactive radar that you can use right there. So these storm chances along these stationary fronts can be kind of random, but you do get breaks, and we should have some time to dry out from time to time. All right, if you're just popping in, it is 10:23. You're watching Ben at 10 here in the Extol Media Studios in New Albany, Indiana. Okay, we'll take this to tomorrow night. This is June 5th, 8 p.m., and then we'll go around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So still some scattered showers occasionally, so periods of some rain and some storms will be possible with that stationary front in the vicinity tomorrow all the way through Saturday. Now, we're getting to the end of the 48-hour NAM 3 kilometer high-resolution weather model, and so we're going to shift this into the GFS weather model that'll take us through the weekend and beyond into next week. So this is now at 2 a.m. early Friday morning. So let's go ahead and switch it here to the GFS, and we'll go to 11 a.m. June 6th. This is Friday. Now, if Friday does have a decent amount of dry time, it looks like that will be in the morning time But notice that wave of wet weather out to the west. So we've got this disturbance that's going to be riding the storm highway, which is the stationary front for Friday, and it's going to be heading our direction, especially as we head into the afternoon. So this is around 2 p.m., and then here is at 5 p.m. So the increasing chance of rain is in that forecast for Friday afternoon and Friday evening. A few storms could be on the strong side, but the severe weather threat does look pretty low for our area. That there is Friday at 5 p.m. Moving forward to 8 o'clock, still some scattered showers around, but the big blob starting to move off to the east later in the evening Friday. This is around 11 p.m., so that wave moves through. So the most widespread chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms does look like it'll be on Friday afternoon and Friday early evening. Now, the front is not in a hurry, so let's look at Saturday. Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Let's go to 11 a.m. Still a good chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. And perhaps we've got Jackie Strange popping in. Hey, Ben. Hey, Jackie. So, as I mentioned, with that front hung up over central Indiana tomorrow, Indiana, a better chance of rain than Kentucky. Then we all have a good chance of rain with the front over the Ohio River Friday. And then Saturday, that front should start to shift south. So Kentucky, perhaps a little wetter than Indiana on Saturday. And it's all because of that slow progression of a nearly stationary front Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It should all add up to about 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 inches of rainfall across the area by Saturday. So this is Saturday again at 11 a.m. Now let's go into the afternoon hours Saturday. Scattered showers still in that forecast throughout the region. Just some unsettled weather that continues into the weekend. Now the good news here, by late Saturday, it looks like that front does clear the area. And as we go into our Sunday morning here, it is looking dry. This is Sunday. Sunday afternoon. Looking mainly dry across the area too. So that's why I say Sunday probably the better outdoor day than Saturday if you've got some things to do outdoors. Now we're going to go into Monday. And let's just take that trip to outer space real quick as we advance the GFS weather model. I'm going to take this into Monday morning. Let's zoom back in here. And we've got another disturbance moving through the atmosphere, which should spark some scattered showers and thunderstorms for Monday afternoon. So your lawns and gardens, while dry the last couple of days, are going to be once again getting a free drink of water from Mother Nature here from time to time. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, break on Sunday, more rain Monday. This is Monday at 5 p.m. And then now we're going into later Monday, and then that should clear us out for some dry weather. We hope as we head into Tuesday afternoon. This is June the 10th, Tuesday, and perhaps by then we're starting to see a quieter weather pattern around that time. Now, when we get storms, a lot of times we think about how strong they might be. So this is the threat of severe weather for basically later on tonight from the Storm Prediction Center. And they have areas off to the northwest under level 1 out of the 5 severe weather risk categories. Severe weather not likely, but we might get a couple strong storms from Indianapolis south through southern Illinois and southeastern Missouri. No big deal for us. So that is for tonight. Day 2, severe weather threat from the Storm Prediction Center. Our area under level 1 out of the 5 severe weather risk categories. Severe weather not likely for our Thursday. Could get some heavy downpours. That severe weather threat greater out west for our Thursday, out over Oklahoma, Texas, and southwestern Kansas. Let's go to day 3, severe weather outlook. Now we're starting to get Friday a little better chance. So Friday here, Friday, our June the 6th, is under a slight risk of severe storms along and south of the Ohio River. And then level 1 out of 5, that green color from Indianapolis down to around Scottsburg. So Scottsburg to Indianapolis, level 1 out of 5, severe weather risk category, and then level 2 out of 5 for Louisville South. This doesn't look like a tornado threat. This looks more like some isolated damaging winds, maybe some hail, heavy rain, lightning, and thunder. Peggy Sipes, thanks for tuning in here this morning. Thanks for dropping in that comment. Good morning to you. It felt fantastic out there this morning. So this is the severe weather risk for Friday. Now let's take it into Saturday, day 4. And that severe weather risk for now looks like it is off to the south. Cheers. Thanks for popping into Ben at 10 this morning. We are right up to 10:30 on this happy hump day, June the 4th. Up to 88 this afternoon. So there is the timing of that rain. In case you missed anything, maybe you watched the replay this afternoon. Over the last 10 minutes, we went through hour by hour the rain chances Thursday through Monday. We get a break Sunday. And we also looked at the severe weather threats across the area. Let's bring up very quickly the Climate Prediction Center's outlook. So this is changing a little bit. So this shows above normal chances of below average temperatures next week. But below normal this time of the year could be just around 80 degrees. So it might just be some feel-good weather. You look out over the western United States, they've got a ridge of high pressure that's building out west, and that's going to promote some hotter conditions out that way. And then the 2-week outlook starts to get back above normal like 2 weeks out. And we've got Alice Young popping in as well. Everyone enjoyed the beautiful day. Loving the summer feel. It almost kind of, I was just thinking yesterday, this might be kind of weird, but like when you get up to near 90 degrees, it seems like with that warmth, it just kind of energizes everything, and you can smell more things out there. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but when you're on vacation in Florida, you just get scents because of the heats out there, and I love the hot weather, so this is good stuff for me. Vicky Berger, I love the way you break everything down. Yeah, we've got time to break it all down here, since this isn't television where you've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go through everything. We've got time. We can hang out. Sarah Humphreys, thanks for tuning in here this morning. And it is an awesome morning out there. I'm going to load up that forecast again in case you guys are just popping in. And we will go ahead and remove this. I want to check out one last thing. And this is the upper levels of the atmosphere with the GFS weather model. We're going to look at the future radar. We're going to switch this over to the 500 millibar winds. That's up at about 18,000 feet. And so this is looking at, we're going to go to, I want to go into next, basically Tuesday. So June 10th afternoon. And that's where the Climate Prediction Center, so the jet stream not as well pronounced, but you've got the jet doing this out west and then kind of diving down here. So this continues to push some disturbances our direction. This ridge out west, that's why they're above normal next week. They're going to heat up out over the Pacific Northwest. And then we still have just this little bit of an influence with this northwest flow overall, this little dip in the jet stream. So while we won't be chilly, we're just a little bit below normal, like around 80 degrees next week. I'm going to take this into June the 11th. So that takes us to next Wednesday. And the jet stream starting to lift to the north there. So eventually the polar jet goes up into Canada and basically stays there through the summertime. And then we just get into a nice summertime pattern where you've got, maybe an isolated pop-up shower or thunderstorm. But let's take a look outside live again. Some fair weather cumulus clouds out there and some sunshine here at the corner of Vincennes and Market. And just a beautiful day across the area. And let me bring up a look at our current conditions as well. As we look at extolmag.com/weather, we're now at 81 degrees. Go and bring this up full screen. 81 in Louisville, 81 around Greenville, upper 70s, low 80s now across the area. You've got, where is this? Shepherdsville, Kentucky, 80 degrees. 80 as well down here near Bloomfield, near the Bluegrass Parkway, towards the Nelson County area of Kentucky, but generally upper 70s, low 80s. So there's a front out west, and so if you notice, you're in the 60s here over the upper Midwest and the Great Plains, 61 there near Lincoln, Nebraska, and then we're about 15, 20 degrees warmer on our side of the cold front. So that where that temperature collision is where you get those showers and thunderstorms out west. We're going to stay on the warm side of this front over the next several days, and we're going to have basically the moisture, a south breeze pooling up the moisture, and you'll notice the humidity is going to be on the rise here over the next couple of days. Lillian Lasley checking in this morning. Cheers to you. Good morning. So that's the current conditions out there as we're heating up. We're steaming up pretty quick here this morning. And then now we'll look at the forecast. So this is a nice picture here of our hazy sunrise in Jefferson County, Indiana. Thank you, Robert Fisher, for sharing that one. And if you've noticed, if you've been keeping track of the weather, we've had this haze from the wildfire smoke up in Canada, and it's just been lingering. There's nothing to really push it out. But I think as that front moves in, we'll start to wash out the atmosphere a little bit and clean up the air over the next several days. And this is the smoke density weather models. This is, I believe, the HER weather model shows the smoke density still over the Ohio Valley, showing some of that smoke. UV index up to a very high level of 9 today. It was an 8 yesterday, so easy to burn out there. And that play ball forecast, we've got 88, the high temperature. Might top out around 90 again in Louisville. So again, we hit 90 for the first time this year in Louisville at the official climate station there at Stanford Field. Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Pamela Nolan, thanks for watching here this morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for dropping in a comment and saying hello. And then we'll just kind of slowly go into the lower 80s. So nice summer-like feel for any ball. I know there's some golf sectionals happening this time of the year. Baseball is still going on. Softball is going on as the playoffs continue. All right, so 88 degrees for today, partly sunny, south wind at around 10 to 15. Our sunset's at 9:02. We are now just, 16 days away from the beginning of summertime. And the allergy report, we've got moderate levels of tree grass and mold spores out there. Tonight's forecast, 70 degrees, partly cloudy, a bit humid, south wind at around 5. And sun up at 6:20 tomorrow morning. Should be mainly dry across the area for tonight. Overnight, might sneak in a shower up around Bedford, Indiana, Mitchell, over toward maybe Paoli, French Lick, and Jasper, areas northwest. In the forecast tomorrow, can't rule out a shower or storm in the morning, but increasing chances in the afternoon, especially in southern Indiana. I think a lot of the day will be dry in Kentucky, 80 degrees at noon, 85 for the afternoon high temperature. And then the 7-day forecast, we're going to increase the chance, pretty widespread chance of showers and thunderstorms Friday, especially in the afternoon and early evening, a high of 83. Some warm nights in the upper 60s to the low 70s. So pumping that AC a bit out there. And this weekend, Sunday drier than Saturday. So we got to try to do our best to dodge some of that rainfall because U of L baseball is going to be at Jim Patterson Stadium for the Super Regional, their road to Omaha right through Louisville. 3 p.m. Friday is their first game versus Miami, and then 11 a.m. Saturday. Hoping to try to get out there. And Murray State will be out in North Carolina. Dominic Decker, local infielder, will be playing versus Duke Saturday. And Racing Louisville, 7:30 Friday match. And then Lou City, Saturday, 8 p.m. match, rolling on the River Beer Fest in Jeffersonville Saturday. So a lot going on across the area. Every weekend through the summertime, we like to party and have a good time here in Kentuckiana. So there's that weekend forecast. And then Monday, we have another disturbance that's going to kick up some showers and thunderstorms, high around 80 degrees, and then hopefully settling into a drier weather pattern next Tuesday and Wednesday. So again, the weather pattern staying a bit busy. We've got Mary Dale here in the comments section. Thanks for saying good morning here, Mary. Glad I could make it. Making it to towards the end of our Ben at 10 broadcast here on my Meteorologist Ben Peine page, or maybe you're watching on Extol Weather. And a lot of times we'll put together some clips in case you don't want to watch the whole live stream of maybe just the weather model, breaking that down hour by hour, or the forecast, and we'll put those on Extol Weather so you can maybe see kind of a recap. And but thanks for joining the live stream if you are watching here on Extol Weather or Extol Media on YouTube. Thanks for the like or the subscribe on YouTube as well. We'd like to build that audience, as that is probably the best way to check out our show, as you're going to see in full screen on your television. You'd probably do that on Facebook as well, but you can see all the details on the weather maps a lot better there on YouTube, in my opinion. Thanks for watching again. Meteorologist Ben Peine, P-E-I-N-E is where you can find me on YouTube. Extol, or on Facebook, extolmag.com/weather is where you can get that interactive radar, the weather story of the day, the 7-day forecast, and a lot of other weather maps as well. And as I bring that back up, so not only just the interactive radar that you'll find there, but as we go up a little bit farther here, there's the risks of severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center. You can bring up any severe weather watches or warnings that might be out there as well. A lot of tools here. You got storm reports, current traffic that might be happening across the area with the NDOT cameras, and look at any slowdowns that might be out there as well. I like to just take a random camera here. Oop, that one not available. I wonder if the NDOT cams might be down today. Oh, there we go. So this is a look at 265. Looks like some hazy sunshine out there. This is just west of I-65. And there's also not only the NDOT cams, you'll find as well some weather stations, weather observation stations there too. And that's more important, really, I think, in my opinion, in the winter time, because it gives you the road temperatures, the pavement temperatures, and so we can see when the pavement might be starting to get down to freezing. Let me bring up one more thing, and we'll start to wrap things up on our Ben at 10 this morning. Looks like things are quiet on the roadways there as we look at trimark.org across Louisville as well. So things are rolling along, it looks like just fine. And roll on over to Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg. That is right around exit 9, just north of Highway 60. And you can check out their campus, learn about all their academic programs offered. They've got 42 different programs, and you can register now. I think my daughter needs to get on this because she's wanting to take a speech class there this summer. The 8-week summer classes begin June 9th. They've got Tuesdays at the Tech where you can get one-on-one information as well, learn about tuition and aid and admissions, student services, and all about Ivy Tech. LionsRoofingCo.com or 812-294-3595. They got a roofing repair technician job. Start your career there. Family-owned business. They've got good benefits there too, right out of Memphis, Indiana. If you have any issues with your roof, you can get a free estimate right there as well. And speaking of job openings, there are a bunch of them at libspaving.com. That is L-I-B-S, paving.com. They're located out of Floyd's Knobs. Again, a local family-owned company here in southern Indiana and the largest paving contractor around. And you can also head over to, once you get that job, get your bank account set up at NWSB, people you know wherever you go, and banking the way you want, newwashbank.com. And one last thank you to Weddington Custom Homes, Brad Weddington. I've got a lot of his gear because he built my house. We're going to have Wednesdays with Weddington. Today is a little bit busy. If you want to put in a comment, if you have any issues around the home, any projects coming up, he's a wealth of information. and can help you out. So feel free to drop in a comment for Brad. Taking one more look outside before we wrap things up here on our Wednesday, June the 4th. And we got that sunshine and warm temperatures out there at the corner of Vincent's and Market. And Tim Cron, been a little minute since you've been popping in here. Good morning, buddy. Have a great day. And I think we'll end it right there with Tim's comment. So you guys have a great day as well. Join us tomorrow morning. You know where to find us on Ben at 10. We'll see you on Thursday. We're going to be tracking in more detail, hour by hour, those rain chances for the next several days tomorrow. So have a good one. We'll see you later.